Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Appreciate everybody who has been jamming with us tonight. It's time for us to move through the end of the show. We go through our rants and we go through our closings, and it's time for our brother, Mr. 3375, to hit us up. Started us off with your rant. Your close, your last one of the year, brother.
Yeah.
We gotta get you a theme song. We don't have a theme song for you yet. That's your.
I already thought about that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that on the other side.
We'll talk about that. We'll debut your. We'll debut your theme song. I just been playing random music for you.
Yeah, that's good.
But we'll debut the theme song for you coming up here next year. What you got, man?
Well, I really don't have a rant, but I just want to put out there. I'd like to thank you and SY and all the other hosts that came through here, just accepting me these last 2 months as part of the family. I'm really excited about this new career and everything, and I love doing this and I love what I do. I got a lot of things coming in 2016. I'm working, like we spoke earlier, on my wine and cheese business. I'm working on my sci-fi book as well. Still trying to get this mentoring program up. So, be on the lookout for all those things from me in 2016. And, y'all always can follow me on Instagram at Mr_3375. And I want to give a shout out to Rosa, because she's been answering. She's been hitting me up since I got here. She's been listening in, answering questions and all that stuff. So I'd like to give a shout out to her up in New Jersey, Elizabeth City, New Jersey.
Oh, is that near Hillside?
It's not far from Hillside. It's not very far at all from Hillside.
I used to live in Hillside.
Yeah. So Rosa, thank you for listening, and thank you for rocking with us tonight. We appreciate it. If you're in social media, go on to Mr. 3375's page and share his stuff, and tell your Facebook and social media friends that you listen to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio and that you enjoyed it. That's how you can help us continue to grow, so that when you turn us on next week, we'll still be here. So it's time for my big sis to grab the mic and let everybody know why she is, in fact, a grown
Let me get that beat.
woman. There you go. Hey.
I like that song.
You've been liking it since I've been playing it for you.
It actually replaced Happy.
Yeah, you started
off.
off.
You just missed the field goal.
Yeah.
So, wow. 2016, y'all. What the world? Didn't we just sit here and do this like the other day? It seems like it. So I'm kind of sad that 2015 is coming to an end, but I'm excited about seeing what else I've got coming for me. So I'm excited about that, and I hope that everyone is safe and be careful. Y'all know, I know there are people that listen all over, but you New York City folks, please watch yourselves when you go for the ball to drop, because every year, like clockwork, somebody's missing. So watch yourselves. You can really watch that ball drop like I do from the living room. So just kind of be careful, be safe. I know y'all know, but don't put your drink down and come back for it. Just all kinds of stuff. The stuff that you tell your kids when they get ready to walk out the door, remember those on the nights you want to go out and have fun, because believe it or not, that's when we get got. So try to be careful, have fun, but be careful with it, because next year I want to talk to y'all. I'm going to talk to some more of you. You're going to have your friends and everything calling and play my games and stuff like that. And Hakeem's not going to look for anybody to twerk. I think 7 girls, was it, Hakeem? So, I just hate that the year is coming to an end, y'all. I really don't have a big deal rant, but I do. I just hate that the year's coming to an end. But, it's good. We're going to look forward to some new and fun and exciting things here at Legacy Internet Radio. And I got a plan. But y'all will hear about it. So I love y'all. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful, safe new year. And I'll talk to you next year.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Appreciate everybody that's been listening to us tonight. There's so many folks that I want to acknowledge, so I'll try to be brief tonight. Tiffany, Madrika, JR, Malika, Sid, Rosa, Hakeem, Larry, Michelle K, Universe, DJ Renee Melendez, and Jay Grizzy all checked in and let us know that they checked in. So shout out to them. Shout out to our sponsors, Live Action Captions, Free Spirit Enterprises, JT Lewis Insurance. Special thank you to our sponsors who help us stay on the air. Shout out to the shows that we have here on Legacy Internet Radio. Check out www.legacyinternetradio for show times. Shout out to the shows that we had in 2015 that have moved on to do other things. We still got love for them, but we're still rocking with Enliven Radio, the Uptown Lounge, All Throttle Radio, the pregame, and Deep House Sessions with DJ Renee Melendez. Shout out to the crew. I'll try to run through everybody, but if I miss you, please don't hate me. But special shout out to the new crew. Our brother, Mr. 3375. Our brother Jay joined the show. Shout out to our sister Dee Dee who joined the show. Of course, special shout out to Big Rube. Special shout out to Big Bro Joe. Shout out to our sister Miss Tony. Special shout out to the dating pool diva author Charisma. First Lady of Legacy Internet Radio, comedian Lissa P. Our sister Blessed, who was in the building earlier. Our sister Toyana. Our brother Broad. Mr. LP Steven Sykes. Ashley joined us a few times during the show this year. Shout out to her. She's on Enliven Radio. Our sister Ross Silk, who is also on Enliven Radio, has joined us. And so I got a lot of love for them. Got a lot of love for the folks who check in every single week. Our brother K-Dub is always here. Our brother Hakeem is always here. So I got a lot of love for them. And, you guys are the ones that keep us going. My sister Melanie in Chicago, I got a lot of love for her. My brother Dave in L.A., got a lot of love for him. Our brother, the number one true fighter, Warren Ballantyne, joined us on air this year. Got a lot of love for him as well. So, and of course, the individuals that are part of the crews of the shows that I already mentioned. It's a lot of y'all. But I'll just mention Lady K, DJ Swerve, Bam Bam, Dirk Diggler, Prickly Pete, Jay Wash, and our brother Yao, BG, our sister Amber, and our sister OG Barb Evans, all of the pregame. So hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but if I did, please don't hate me. But I wanted to get all of those names said as we close out the end of 2015. I got one name that I cannot forget, and I did not forget, but I purposely saved it for last, and that's my big sis, S.Y. Butler. She had some challenging times this year, and we had some absence, but she was always here in this room, even if you didn't hear her. She was always here. She was listening to us every single week. She would send me stuff, and the production of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J could not have been done without her influence and without her wisdom and without her guidance. So big sis, love you. Thank you for being my co-host here on this show and holding me down for as long as we've been doing this. I guess it's been about 2 years. And so I appreciate it. Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. Every single week at this time of the show always profiles a missing and or exploited child. This week is no different. We're looking for Marlisha Britt. Marlisha Britt is missing since December 23rd, 2015 from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's a 16-year-old black female. She is 5'4", weighs 110 pounds with brown hair, brown eyes. Once again, she was last seen on December 23rd, 2015. She's got a pierced nose. She may be in the Portsmouth area. If you have seen her, please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com, or contact 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678, or contact the Virginia Beach, Virginia Police Department at 757-305-2800. We got to bring this baby home. So at this time of the show, I want to close out with my rant in my closing, as I do every single week. My running theme this year for the last few months has been group economics and Truth Fighter Ministries. I'm going to stick with that. I think that it's imperative that we come together and we realize that the only way we get out of the malaise that we see in our communities is to work together and to come together. And another way we do that is to show each other that we actually trust each other with our money. That's a big deal. Like money and people, you really don't give your money to somebody unless you really trust them. And once you realize that you can, that's when you can really, really do some powerful things together. I look across the room and I see my brother Jay and I see my big sis SY. And if I had $50 and they each had $10, we got $70. And if one of them needs $60, then guess what? One of them got $60, and then the other two of us would split that other 10, and we would have $5. That's how group economics works. Everybody puts their money together for the greater good of each other, or as the unit. And we need to get back to that. We used to do that in the past. We used to take care of each other in ways that we certainly don't now. I'm definitely not a perfect person. I'm flawed. I got more flaws than I'm willing to even admit on the show. And I need to do better. I think we all need to do better in a lot of ways in our lives. But this is one that's very, very important to me. So if you are serious about trying to change your circumstances in your communities and in your life and in your world and helping other folks, then go to www.truthfightersministries.com, truthfightersministries.com, and check out the website, and you can see what the group economics plan is all about. Last thing I want to share is just kind of a word about doing better. We all have our flaws. We all have our insecurities. We all have things about us that we wish that we can change. I'm certainly no different, as I mentioned a minute ago. And I've had, certainly in the recent past, I've kind of been put in my place about some things that I've done not so great. And my only advice that I can share for you, the listeners of Ain't No How Steppin, Marcus J, search yourself, search your feelings, look into the depths of your heart and be the best you that you can be. If you find that you're doing something that is not inside your character, then change it. Unfortunately for some, you have to be put in your place. You may see yourself doing certain things that you should do differently, but however you come to the conclusion that you need to make changes, make the changes that are necessary. Be a better you. Create the world that you live in, and just remember that you are here for a purpose. And there's not one person on the planet that's going to be better at being you than you. And you gotta remember that. You gotta love yourself, and you gotta take care of yourself, and you gotta take care of those around you. And if you find that your behavior is a detriment to yourself or others, then make a change. It really is that simple. Even though it's really, really, really hard, but it really is really, really that simple. I'm going to try to do better, and I hope that you do too. That's Marcus's unrelated rant that had nothing to do with what we talked about here tonight. At the end of the year, I want to say thank you once again in finality. Thank you for being a part of Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you for supporting us at Legacy Internet Radio. We're looking forward to a fabulous 2016, bigger and better things. We're looking to make some changes around here, and we hope that you are here to hear them. I want to remind everybody that independence is, in fact, the key to building your legacy. I also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley, who you hear singing in the background. We're going to run this show back in its entirety immediately following this airing, so don't go nowhere. If you missed the beginning of the show, you're going to get it back, and you're going to hear it here, right here in the same place. Thank you. Be back next week. Peace.